What's going on, guys? Kaga here. We're back with another tier list, this time for May 2025 for PvP and PvE classes. We've had an update as far as balance changing, mostly buffs for two classes. Let's see how they did. Let's get into it.
반드시 돌아오게 하겠어.
더 이상 하수인만으로 남지 않아. 이제부턴 나를 위하여 오로지 나만 깨어있을 뿐.
멈춰.
모두들
절
후회? 하, 네가 누구랑 얘기하는 줄은 아는 거야?
Alright, guys, starting with PvE. Make sure this is a good size. There we go. A bit bigger. There we go. So, starting in the top left over here. Priest is so high in PvE just because of how well it buffs everyone. So bosses do have tenacity, so this crit buff is going to be one of the main reliable ways you'll actually be able to crit against bosses. Now, as far as an overall fight, Priest and Shadow Owl, depending on the boss, are going to be way higher than most things. But as far as pure damage output for the class, it would be armor. So this is kind of a weird section in us, because Priest is just here to buff. Shadow Owl deals less damage than armor, but you can use it as a setup. For example, in some PvE game modes, you're able to wait until you start the match. For example, something like what's it called? Elemental Realm or Path of Fire, things like this. You can start the match when you feel like it. So you can have your main weapon be book and cannon, and then swap cannon to daggers for ninja. Stack up your hand signs. Use owl protection to get all your hand sign bonuses. Swap your weapon back to cannon, and then do the match with these two. And that will be the most possible PvE damage. But as far as just raw damage, armor is the highest. Shadow is roughly 10-15% behind it as far as all the tests that I've seen. All three of these have been relatively close for a while now, but I put Marksman at the top now because of its 5% damage buff on two of its PvE abilities. Down in the B tier, we have Dragon Knight, who is all about burst damage, but the flat damage they're putting out as that burst damage is high enough to put it at this tier, especially if you're doing something where the other class wants to be in that class for a long time. For example, this and let's say Shadow Owl, you would just do the big burst combo with a Dragon Fighter and then keep the rest of your time up in Shadow Owl. Judge doesn't have a bad damage, but it's really, someone on my Discord said it and I agree, it's very balanced. Judge is where I kind of want all classes to be at. It has CC, it has interesting mechanics with it, it has a spammable skill, everything's great, but the damage just isn't ramped up like some other classes, and it doesn't have any broken mechanics like the two newest classes, Ninja and Lancer. Uh, Gladiator, I brought it up from C to B because it did get some damage increases, as well as a 1% bonus conversion on their HP to attack bonus. Wind Chaser has a lot of CC and stuff, which is made for PvP. Even the 1 extra dodge is made for PvP, and it just doesn't do well in PvE. ND, I'm in the future, I'm going to be looking more into mech, because I got some things, especially with Myrtle coming out. Mech might go up to C tier in the future, just because of how it does the defense into attack conversion for yourself and your bots. Pretty interesting. And Berserker is made for PvP, and its biggest skill, Flash, which is supposed to get resets on kills, only gets half reset on PvE kills. Down here for PvP, we still have Priest, just because of the anti-knockup knockback, the cleanse, the attack increase, the shield, all the stuff. I mean, if you're doing a tank healing build, and someone dahlias you, you're going to die. But this has a cleanse ability. It also has minus tenacity, minus block, all the stuff that you want. And they're both percentages. So, if, for example, it's minus 30% block. If you have 200% block, you lose 60%, because it's 30% of your total. Then we have Gladiator. Really got a glow up on the buffs. Just really up here, especially the damage reduction, the HP to attack conversion, really brings it up to the S tier. Right now, I think all three of these are very solidly S. I don't really have one above the rest in S right now. It's going to require more testing. Probably in June we'll have a definitive answer. Dragon Fighter has the Dragon Roar to get out. Gives you a shield, more maneuverability, the most stuns in a class, just because you have stun, knock up, can't move, followed by another stun. Then we have Blazing Owl, very similar, where Dragon Fighter has stuns. This has silence. Also has a pull effect, which knock up and knock back does not ignore. As well as omnidirectional slayers, very, very good. And then you can do the trick with Chi, like I've talked about on the combos video, where you have 100% uptime on your damage increase, as well as just always 20% cooldown on your abilities. And if you need the heal, your ultimate Chi ability, just giving you that massive heal, is great. Down here in the A tier, Shadow Owl, it can do some interesting things, especially if you're doing like a top league and you do enhanced ninja tool. Could be very, very fun. But in Uncharted Battlefield, it's the undisputed king, just because of its you get that time to stack up, and then you get a 6 hand sign enhanced Raikiri, someone's dead. Then we have Wind Chaser, has the extra dodge, has strength of nature to get out of stuff, has a movement speed increase, especially in those open game modes such as Guild War, Thunder Roar, or what's it called? Shrine Peak, allowing you to get around, CC, damage over time, stuff like this. Then we have Dragon Knight. It does have one of the main viable anti-heals in the game. Also, obviously, has a knock up, a can't move, and a pierce increase. Very, very powerful. Marksman got a small glow up. It went up a bit. we're gonna have to do some more testing, just because a damage class just requires that kind of testing. I'm hoping June to see marksman work its way up to the A tier, but right now I have it as the king of B tier. That knock up, knock back reduction is very, very important, but that 5% increase on 2 abilities and only one that you ever use in PvP, not a big deal. Then we have Judge. If you're in group content, having one judge on your team could be super great and could change the tide of the entire match. For example, if you have a Wind Echo judge, you can have a literal triple tornado. Tornado, enhanced tornado, tranquil balloon flower, increased cooldown, plus enhance increased cooldown, immediate third tornado. Very, very powerful ability, which can, if someone gets knock up, you can kill them during that time. Armor would easily be an A tier class. It has a slow, it has an anti-heal, it has a skill cancel. For example, now you can't be knocked up or knocked back during triple shot from marksman, but if you throw a grenade at a marksman, it just cancels the skill. Same thing for Dragon Fighter up here, where you're charging up the spear drop, cancel the skill with the grenade, which is a super quick ability, 80% slow. The problem is Netherfire, your main damage output, locks you in place doing but if you could move it as you're like hold you in spot, but let you use the directional and move around to the side, it would easily be A tier, I believe. Then down here, mech does do attack reduction on the enemy, does do slows, but it ends up just being several targets for your opponent to HP steal rate off of. And Berserker, which can do things in things like Uncharted Battlefield, Guild War, things like this, and a bunch of the competitive PvP modes. We're talking Thunder Roar, Top League, Burning Soul Battle. It just doesn't do anything. Let me know what you guys think down below. Till next time, guys.